Let's get ready to rumble. Oh, it's gonna be so bright. Ooh, hello, Ikomi, Omi, and Sodi Pop fans. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Matt, of course, and this is 8 on a Saturday morning. Well, I woke up at 7 on a Saturday morning. What the hell? Welcome, welcome. Let's make sure that I'm on. People can hear my beautiful dulcet voice. We had a massive red candle today, as they say. In the trading space, things are wild and it's out of control. Man, there's a lot of stuff happening with Omi, Ikomi, with a lot of drama. It's just hilarious. And it's funny because drama happened and then people talked about drama, and that was in some ways more dumb. Yeah. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get ready for this drop, and I'm going to get ready for you in a very real way. Let's go to my channel and make sure this is all running as intended. Yes, we are going. This is happening. Yeah, so big red day. Let's go to coin market cap. And I think anyone, you're here for Omi, Ikomi, all that good stuff. Look at the entire market. Bitcoin, I was about to go to sleep last night and I was like, whoa, Bitcoin's at 47,000. What hell happened? Like, what? Like, honestly, what happened? This is insane. And I was pretty shocked by it because, I mean, who would have just expected it on a random Friday? Now, I guess there's a jobs report that came out that was very bad. We go ahead and look at the jobs report, and it was not good at all. Yeah, this is the one from yesterday. Oh my gosh, my two-screen thing here. I have a screen that is nicer on my left-hand side. It's a 2K screen when I upgraded my computer. I eventually upgraded that, and then I have an ultra wide on my right, which is great, but it's from forever ago, and it just feels very like the 2K. I did not expect this, but the 2K screen feels like crisp and so nice, and my mouse looks good on it. And I go over to my 1080p ultra wide, and it looks like I smeared something on it. Yeah, so I guess they had lowered expectations, and they were expecting 500,000 jobs, but they only had 210,000 jobs, which is very bad. It's half of the low estimate. So in general, markets are dropping. I looked at the stock market here. Actually, I'm going to look at the index fund. So let's see if we can see. I know QQQ was down last night. QQQ. QQQ index. And then I'm going to go to VOO, which is also another Vanguard index. Right, screen for you guys. Sorry about that. And let me get this over here. Yeah, so QQQ, VOO, these are both index funds. They track the overall market. This tracks the overall 500 top companies. QQQ is a basket of different tech companies, so keep that in mind. And they are both down today quite a bit. There's a company that recently had like a 40% drop as well. It wasn't Uber or anything, but it was freaking huge. So everything is pretty much down today in a big way. Obviously, cryptocurrency being the biggest one. So Stock market is closed for the week. It is a Saturday. Sunday will reopen on Monday. Um, the jobs report was the thing that I had heard that was, partially kind of like bad news. We also have the new variant stuff, which, yes, it's spreading a lot. It seems like they're not as concerned about maybe the side effects. I don't know. It's interesting because I'm hearing reports from, oh, the original doctor discovered it. He said the symptoms aren't bad. Again, we know this affects people in different ways. He has a case study of like 10 people, 20 people maybe. Um, so I don't like people that are just brushing it off. Again, it's science. Like, you need to know, the more you know. Uh, so we can't just brush it off right away. Something to watch, of course. Like, it's always the middle answer. It's always something to watch, and hopefully it's nothing great, and that would be cool, and we don't have to shut down stuff. But I know for myself, people are already getting nervous, canceling Christmas parties, all sorts of stuff, understandably, and some are not, also understandably. So it is what it is currently, and we will deal with the reality. So we have the cryptocurrency live charts. Bitcoin's way down. We can go to OMI, but nothing matters. There's a few, like Solana's, everything's down. Look at the 24-hour price movement. I think there's one that Fusion, which is one of my favorites. I have Fusion, so keep that in mind. But Fusion is actually up. It's been on a big run recently. I think it's gotten some long awaited attention for what it does and has been doing for years. Cross chain interoperability, DCRM, real DeFi. They don't hold, they're non custodial, so they don't hold your stuff in a central wallet, which is super important. You can compare it directly to something like Ren, which Ren, no, that's not Ren, that's ICP, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah, that was weird. Maybe I mistyped that. All right, Ren is in the top here, and they do something very similar, but again, it's not decentralized. They don't have the that tech stack backing them. The DCRM is kind of the big thing. They paid four of the top cryptographers in the world to develop it, so very exciting. But anyways, moving on. You're not interested in that. You're interested in OMI. That has had a massive price correction. So you might be wondering, might be a little scared. Matt, should I buy, sell? Number one, I'm definitely not a financial advisor. I do hold OMI for sure, obviously, and I hold a decent amount of it in my portfolio. It's definitely not my biggest holding by far, because I started small-ish, and I do have a decent chunk, I would say. And I would never go all in one project. That is certainly not my style. I think that is a bad idea. It's a lot of risk. You always want to think about risk versus reward. And and I've said this before many, many times, the entire crypto space is super, super risky in general. I hear my cat banging at my door. Let me get that very quickly. Hold that thought. CB, come on. Okay, come on. And I hope my girlfriend feeds the cats because it could get. I see my other cat just hanging out at there, and she will not be happy. So you might be wondering, how much should I do? Buy, sell, trade, blah, blah, blah. There's no 100% right answer. The 100% right answer in this moment to me is do nothing currently. If you do nothing, you kind of need to see where this is finishing up. If it's finishing up, where it's going. CoinMarketCap looks like Bitcoin has come to some sort of decision, is bottomed, and hopefully that's good. It got all the way down to like 42 or 40. I mean, man, it dropped like a rock in a very short amount of time. And this is one of those things that reminds you that like the cryptocurrency market is very risky, and it is not for the faint of heart. In 2017, I was thinking about it every day. I've thought it every day since I discovered it. Really got into it, researched it, all that stuff. And this is what it can do. So I guess, and here's the thing, I guess there's only a 13% drop. It was actually 20% because again, it got all the way down to like 41 or 42. So it's actually like a 20% drop. That's a huge correction in a very short amount of time. It is a roller coaster being here, roller coaster of emotions, and that is the exact same. The OMI token, Big Daddy Bitcoin, it soaks up all the space. I got to keep on watching the time because I get into talking. It soaks up all the time and space, and every single thing follows that. And once Bitcoin comes down, if it goes sideways for a while, then things have the ability to pop off, go up and down. Once Bitcoin goes up again, it absorbs a lot of the time and space of the crypto market because you think the traders are going where the action is. And Bitcoin, it is the biggest by far. It has the almost $1 trillion market cap. It has more than half the entirety of the market cap of the entire market. It's bigger than every other coin combined. So just keep that in mind, and it will probably remain that way for a while. So keep that in mind. Today was a day. If you want to cost average in, great. You can treat it as that. I like to see where things are going. I like to do. I already have a stake though, so keep that in mind. So it wouldn't be a bad idea if you're that guy or girl that has $1,000. I'd tell my sister, not a financial advice. Really, you have to do your own research. If you have $1,000, buy a third of it today. Wait a week, wait 2 weeks, buy another third, buy another third. That's the safest, easiest way if you don't want to try and learn trading. And I'll tell you, a lot of traders are probably waiting to see the direction of this, to see if it has a further breakdown and to see if this builds support for a little while because it takes time to build support. Anyways, I digress. there's that happened. And then there's this whole Andre Jake concert controversy. I've talked about Andre before, as every other YouTube probably has. He's pretty big. He has like 2 million followers. Let's see how many followers he has on his Twitter. Not too many on his Twitter, so 64,000. But he came in and he's newish, newer than me certainly, than VEVE. He bought a Todd when it was 1,000, and he's very wealthy. So he bought all these things and he said, yes, I'm collecting VEVE. This was on October 13th that he apparently pinned this. So it's a couple months ago. So he only started a couple months ago. And all the LGs who started in March, again, this space is so new that people from March, and I'm one of them, and maybe earlier, because I think OMI, like the first drop was in October of 2020, like very, very beta. If you got in on the first Batman Black and White Series 1, that was in 2020. And people are getting very upset about this. We're going to talk about this a little bit later. It's a bigger discussion because we have about 3 minutes left. You can text my group. If you're in the chat, if you're watching, say hello. Say hello to me. The last video did pretty well for me, which I'm very excited about. All right, so I have to do a little training today. I wish I had my top-down camera. So let's go back to my face cam here. And I am going to, so when you're looking at the DC Artist Alley, you can't really do the fast click method of like you keep on hitting here because the arrow button will appear because that happens. So what you do is you have to wait till it goes 0, 3, 2, 1, 0, and 0 is a full count. So it's 3, 2, 1, 0, buy button. It's not 3, 2, 1, buy. And the buy button will appear right here above. And it's got to be quick, That is the only way I found these particular blind drops to work. They unfortunately don't work like the comics. And then you can do the buy button. You can click through the error message and try and line it up. The problem is you can't really line it up beforehand. You can try, you can get pretty close, but it's not a perfect science. So I need to, my group is wondering how that works. So that's why I want to explain it there. I need to just have them watch. And my cat for some reason she's been into sitting on my shoulder, and she is like the play cat. Like, she wants to play all day, but for some reason when I'm sitting on this chair, she just wants to be like straight on my shoulder, and I'm not sure why. It's cool. She's very, very, very sweet kitty. Her name's Lady Sybil. If you know that Downton Abbey reference, good for you. Maybe you don't. It's an awesome show. Sounds stupid, but it's actually much better than I thought it would be. Button will appear here after 0. Beautiful. All right, we're getting down to it. We are within the minute. We're getting ready for this drop. Moment of silence. We'll come back to the Andre Drake and other YouTuber controversy in just a moment, because there were quite a few. All right, we're within a minute. I think I got everyone. Okay, oops, I put that in the... Yes, all right, cool. Woo. Gotta pay attention, don't want to miss this. All right, I got my gems ready. 14 seconds left. I hope we don't get one. I think I got one. Got it. All right, gems are gone. So I definitely got one. My gems disappeared. Yep, it's stuck on this reserving order. I'm gonna maybe see if I can try and catch a rebound. So it is reserving it for longer for you because I've never ever before had a captcha in this. All right, so I have an order pending delivery. That's awesome. I've never ever had a captcha in this service before, and the first time ever was yesterday. I had a captcha, but instead of 90 seconds it reserved it, it was like it was like 180 seconds or something. I think they doubled it. They probably just doubled it. So you had plenty of time to do the captcha and everything. With that being said, the length for the rebound will be lengthened. Remember, because it reserves it for someone if they don't have gems or they mess up or bad service area, it still reserves it for them whether they are actively buying it or not. So it's going to have to release it. And that can happen more than once. And that can happen in weird ways. And maybe the person who gets the rebound, that also happens to, because the app does sometimes glitch for sure. I had my sister and my friend both say to me that the app, like, they hit the buy now button and everything just grayed out, or the buy now button never showed up. And it is what it is. Looks like my girlfriend didn't get one. I fortunately got one. We'll see what they are. So this is Artist Alley. It's the first appearance. Well, Supergirl and Batgirl have appeared before, but it is the first appearance of, it looks like, Wonder Woman and Hawk. I think it's Hawk Girl. So 2 very important. I don't always like this chibi. This is like the middle kind of chibi art style that I don't mind. If I were pure collecting, I will probably flip these ones. depending on if depending on the price. If it's really close to this $50, if I get one of the more rare ones and it's really close to this 50 gems price, or not really risen much, I might just hold on to it because again, we're experiencing kind of this huge drop in the entirety of the crypto market. It's so interesting because I was preparing for 2021 since 2017. I was buying into projects that I really liked, saving as much as I could, and buying as much as I could of things that I thought would do very well. And there is the kind of thought in the crypto community the year after the halving is so far when this big bull run happened. And then obviously the virus happened, which uh, really reset some expectations and it made things have a big question mark on them because we didn't know where they're going to head. I was under the assumption in 2020 when it happened, my work shut down and stuff, that I was like, all right, well, Bitcoin, like, I'm just going to assume that it's going to go in its bear trend and it is what it is. And fortunately, it survived and really, really thrived. And so did the entirety of that market. And it makes sense why it did with they're printing more money and there's just more inflation. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is a great hedge for that and will continue to be. And if you're here, you're probably in somewhat of an agreement. And then I was again just thinking for safety's sake, like, okay, at the end of the year 2021, and this is a very popularly held opinion that we only have this many months left, get ready to take profits. There are a few coins that I have that need to be unstaked in order to be sold or in order to do anything with. So that unstaking period will last like 7 days. So I got ready for some of that. And Bitcoin hasn't really moved. And so I was thinking, like, all right, the cycle could be lengthened because we don't know. Typically, there's this blow off top. And again, with markets, it doesn't always need to be. Maybe the blow off top was in some of these alts, some of the Shiba Inu and the Dogecoin. There's a really wonderful trader, Crypto Kirby. He's freaking hilarious. He's really good. And he tends to be more bearish. Like he comes from, how some people, the way they speak is just more negative, and some people, the way they speak is just super positive and happy frappy and like, oh my God, nothing can go wrong. Yeah, everything is really cool. Um, he is definitely in the more negative side, like a little more Eeyore than pixie dust. And his theory back in May when things crashed, right after that, was he thinks there's a blow off top in the alts, and that could signify the top or whatever, and that Bitcoin doesn't necessarily need to do this massive run up, which is true. Anything can happen. This is real life. But I would be surprised, and this is always my thing, is that a lot of traders and people from 2017 got very used to this massive up and down, up and down. And shakeouts need to happen. Like markets can't just go up, up. Oh, 10% correction. Like nobody cares. In the traditional markets, that's a big deal. That's a big thing on CNBC. People are paying attention to that. Here, people are not shocked enough. So something shocking needs to happen to separate the wheat from the chaff and then eventually go up. Um, but I'm concentrating and clicking back and forth. But again, who knows? So personally, I think I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on my hands. Sitting on your hands is such a great trait when you're dealing with this money and stuff. And it has led me to way more success than actively doing anything at all. I just buy good projects along the way and don't plan on becoming a multimillionaire tomorrow. And I think you will be fine. Even if you're starting with a low amount of money, I started with a very low amount of money in 2017, and that and I made a lot of mistakes along the way for sure, and you will, and that's super normal at the beginning of investing in anything, unless you just put money in index funds and you let it rest. And that super low amount of money came like a decent chunk of money, and then it went back to being a low amount of money because I didn't really sell anything because everyone's talking about the new paradigm and adoption and everything. And in this little bubble, you get to believe a lot of that. But then you can hopefully start to see that there are what is happening, what isn't happening. You can see that there is adoption happening, just not as big as some people may lead you to believe. Omi is a great example of that. We're all in a bubble, and I truly, truly believe in it. But I'm not naive to the fact that there might be a time when winter happens and things are down for a while, and the the people who really believe in this project will stay, and the people who don't will freak out, panic, and go and take their gains. And unless you need to plan for that, and I think if you are able to sell it to high and really get in there, cool. But if you missed it, you missed it. And if you believe in the project, which you should only really be investing in projects that you can see a future 5, 10 year future for, then cool. You just got a major sale, but that major sale might last a year. And you have to be ready for that as well. So because it is brutal to hold on to something for a couple years and you watch the company do things and there's no price pumping and there's a lot of negativity during that time too. I think that's probably the hardest part. If you're in the community, it's gonna be a lot of people upset, a lot of people complaining, and then at some point it quiets down because they all leave and just the people who are excited about things again are there. And that's kind of a magical time as well, because you can sit there and just chat with people and there's not nearly as much noise because there's just less people. Reminds me of a little bit of like decon or something. There there were kind of a lot of people, but you were able to meet a lot of them. At the next few meetups, if and when this maintains popularity, there's going to be a lot more people and it's going to be overwhelming. Um, so it's always fun and special to get in at the beginning of a space or when there's a lull, kind of like the early days of Comic Con when all these people are like, oh, I was here when I was only comics and like, great. But I'm sure you're happy that comics are pretty cool and popular and that fun movies are being made of them and fun shows as opposed to remaining in obscurity. I know I am. I know I felt weird. When I was little, I had like the Tale of Two Cities. I was in very the sports world and stuff, and then I had my nerdy friends who I watched Digimon with, and I would collect Pokemon cards with, and I would play Magic with. But those two worlds like really didn't collide because when I was little, it wasn't definitely was not nearly as acceptable. And then I would play a lot of games alone, a lot of Final Fantasy, all the Final Fantasies. Started with 7 for the most part, and then I went back with the Final Fantasy collection, and then Final Fantasy 10, of course. Um, 11 was the online one, right? That was the first online one. 12, I remember getting the 12 was such a sad story. I got the collector's edition of that, and my roommate, I was going home for it was either a summer or a winter break. Depends on when that came out. Probably a winter break because they usually come out in the winter. And my roommate at the time took my PlayStation home with the Final Fantasy disc in it because we both had ours up at school, and he took what he thought was his home accidentally, but it was mine. And so I entirely missed playing the game over winter break. I was super pumped and I couldn't. And I think I eventually got that PlayStation back with the original disc and everything back in it. I think somewhere where my parents are living. So I actually have to. My parents moved when I went to school, and they like downsized, so they just got rid of a lot of things. But I think my mom saved a lot of my old stuff, and it's like in a storage container, which has like original Magic cards, original Pokemon cards, my PS1 and all those original games, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the original Final Fantasy 7. Okay, 812. I think we missed any sort of drop, but I got one. Good job. Let me know in the chat if you were able to receive one. Congratulations if you did. If you didn't, no fret. I don't think this is going to be as big. Let's go ahead and look at the drop details as always. So DC Artist Alley. This is the first one of its sort, and it has a couple of first appearances. Blind boxes, of course. So Wonder Woman has about 10,999. I don't know why they do just one below 10,000, but they pretty much always do. They always do the repeating number. It's because because if you get that 999, that very last one is a cool number. Number one, number two, that's going to be very expensive. I personally have not seen anyone get one of those, but I have heard of them. But personally, I've not seen it. And then you have Batgirl. So Wonder Woman has not appeared before. This is a first appearance. Batgirl has appeared before. So you can see it's not a first appearance. She has a 8,888. And Supergirl has appeared before. So she has 6,888. This one, if I get it, she's a rare. She might go for a little more, but she's not a first appearance. So I'm not really super interested in keeping her. I would probably sell her personally. And Hawkgirl, I'll probably keep if I get that. So that is an ultra rare, 3,888. So these aren't super, super low mints, but ultra rare is pretty low. And then the rare is decently low. Stylized collection of designs from some of today's cutting-edge artists channeling the comic convention experience. DC Artist Alley brings unique, and this will be that's what's a cool thing. The whole Artist Alley thing is just cool in general. I'm excited about it. I'll be honest, I don't love this art style. Again, the chibi art style, the pop. I have a pop in the background here. Funko Pop there. The reason I got that is a Toph Funko Pop. Toph is from Avatar: The Last Airbender series, which is one of my favorite series ever. I have a bunch of art. If I had my other camera, I'd show you everything. But that is from one of my favorite series ever. And the voice actress was at VCon. I got to meet her. Super, super cool. And she signed it and took a picture, and she did a little voice clip for my girlfriend, which is like, keep your knees up, Tinkle Toes. I can't do the voice. But anyways, yeah. What's up? Dude, we both got one. I think we're in sync, Brendan, you and me. I'm looking over here, but I'm looking at you, buddy. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm just glad you're here. I appreciate all the love that you give, Brendan. You got a lot of it. Yeah, I think we're in sync. We both got one last time. We got one today. Let me know when yours reveals. I have a VV group of my sisters and some friends. Yep, I got one. A VV group, and someone will say they got one, and then an hour will pass. I'm like, what? Which one did you get? Like, that's half the fun. We got to know. We have to know what we get. All right. Let's see if it revealed itself yet. It either does it right away for me, or it's going to be an hour, which is fine. I am a patient man. I will wait. Oh, I'm about to say, like, I'm getting the buy now button on my phone. Okay, now it says sold out. All right. My phone doesn't say I have a pending order. My pen does. Okay. That's weird. I've actually not seen. Oh, doesn't say I have a pending order anymore. It definitely took my gems though. Yep, took my gems and the app crashed. Your sister got the Wonder Woman, so literally got exactly what we are looking for. That's awesome. Which one did you get? The Wonder Woman I would keep. First appearance, it's a common, so it might originally list at this price. I might actually buy one. If it lists at 50 gems or below, I'll probably buy one if I can get a good mint, hopefully. But it's the first appearance. For me, all first appearances just generally go up. And that's why the Batgirl, I have the first appearance Batgirl, and that one stayed forever, like until recently, stayed forever at below list price. And I'm like, fine, I'll get one. I am upset at myself for ever dragging my feet on first appearances, but I don't know. If Crypto Winter comes, I might not. Hot Girl. Ooh, nice dude. Oh, that's awesome. You have fast fingers and good luck, my friend. You definitely do. It's so weird. So it doesn't say I have a pending order anymore, and it doesn't have the thing where it says you own one of these. Oh, okay. I got a Batgirl. I got an uncommon. Probably be listing this for sale. So I got Batgirl 2514. Not a super special number or anything, but that is definitely one of the ones that I didn't want, but it is an uncommon. Gives a little bit of value. I'll probably be reselling that. I will be reselling that. There is no reason for me to keep that. I do have an FA. I'm not in love with the design, and I would prefer to have a good mint of a Wonder Woman. Definitely prefer to have Hawk Girl would be really cool. I think there's a Hawk Girl show coming out soon as well, but I'm just assuming Hot Girl is going to be a little more expensive than I want to pay for it. So I'll just kind of wait on that. Yeah. Batgirl. Batgirl. Maybe we can sell it for like 100 gems. I'll probably wait till the market opens a bit here and see what it's going for. And who knows? Who knows? Are you trying to collect this whole set, Brendan? All right, so we got that. The 100 jig stuff is just silly. Go back here. Forgot what's the name of the guy that he partnered with? Where is my profile? So I tweeted about this yesterday because it's just shocking. Sally Series 1. Foster Hill, yeah, thank you. Oh, it's already out. Man, they're just releasing so much stuff. Even with Hawk every Wednesday is Hawkeye's site. Oh, so she is in Hawkeye. Okay, I thought Hawk Girl was getting her own series. That makes sense. That's cool. Foster Hill. That's it. So he got so much crap. The only thing I fault him for is that he saw the expectations of the community getting blown way out of proportion. Like people were expecting Pokemon with the Andre Jig thing, and Andre Jig. So to recap, if anyone else is watching, obviously Brendan and me know what's going on, but there, Andre Jig, big YouTuber, 2 million followers. He teased at the very end of one of his videos. There's a flash and it said Omi. It's at 12.3, and everyone's like 12.3. Something's happening on 12.3. Andre Drake has talked about VEVE before. Everyone was super pumped. Cool. He's going to partner with VEVE. He's going to announce Pokemon. Yeah, I think they have Pokemon. They will announce it soon. They will not announce it in the back end of a random YouTuber's video, especially one who's not associated with Pokemon. He's a finance YouTuber. That makes no sense. Uh, People are like, oh, he likes Pokemon. Yeah, okay, he likes Pokemon. A lot of people like Pokemon, but they'll probably partner with hopefully Nintendo for that. They'll probably partner with, I don't know, Nintendo Treehouse. I'm super into gaming. They will probably partner with someone in that sector as opposed to someone in the finance sector who also likes that. So that never made any sense to me. Even any announcement never made sense to me. If anything, I was like, all right, he's going to say he's going to become something for Ecomi or he's going to do something for them, whatever. Their announcement was this private Telegram group that you have to pay $100 for to get info. And it's stupid. I'll be honest, it is dumb. You're paying for access to him. I would pay for access to him in other ways. And hey, can you be my friend? Can you loan me some money? That's what he seems like a nice guy too. But yeah, it's pretty dumb. Foster's been in the community for a long time. But Andre, again, he started in October and he probably doesn't know that much. And his investment, I've followed Andre for a long time, for years and years. And most of the people talking on this don't really know who he is very well. And Andre, he started out as his whole videos at the very beginning was, here is my Robinhood portfolio, and it is a dividend portfolio. So what a dividend portfolio is, they're the blue cap things like PG&E, uh, Amazon might be considered that, Coca-Cola, Disney, all these things that are very high value already that don't move very much in price, but they pay out dividends. And dividends will usually be, if you own one share, it'll be like 3% of the share, 5% of the share, 1% of the share, depends on what they give. So they give you money just for holding it. It's a little bit like staking, but you get way less rewards, like nothing. Staking, even the low ones, Tezos, you still get like 6 or 7%, especially if you're doing it yourself. Even if you're doing Tezos and Coinbase, you get like 5%. But for essentially staking these tokens, you're getting 1%, maybe a couple percent. So that was his thing. Is he had a dividend investment portfolio. He'd be like, "Look at how much I made this month. I made 500." He'd have like 400,000 or a half a million in this dividend portfolio, which is great. It's good. That's good for him. That's a investment strategy certainly, and he did well in that. And then eventually, like any reasonable person who's trying to earn money, you find crypto and Bitcoin, and he eventually got into that. And he's even, because again, I've been following him since, oh man, probably 5 or 6 years. Whenever he first started, I was around when I followed him. Nice guy, really good at editing videos, but he more or less, and this is what I have a disagreement with a lot of YouTubers. He more or less at the start of his journey started the YouTube, and he spoke about it. And he did speak about his learning, but I think what happens with YouTube is someone who's on screen has this expert status in your eyes, and you're listening to them, especially if you're closed off from the world. I know I was, as far as like investing and stuff, or even just kind of more nerdy things, is that you're closed off from the world and you're really listening to the person on the screen. So that becomes your buddy. That becomes who you reflect things off of. Obviously, you're not talking back and forth. Maybe on a live stream you are here, but he had just started his journey and was already on YouTube, kind of being the expert. A lot of crypto YouTubers, they started in 2017 and they started crypto in 2017. They don't know anything. If you're a stock investor, Taps Trades, he is a trader. He does trading. And so he can speak on that. I've been around since 2017, 2016. Now I know. Now I've started speaking about it. Before that, I did peer gaming. Even though I was always doing this in the background, I've taught many, many of my friends, many of my family how to be safe, what to do, where to go. But again, I'm not going to be doing a general crypto channel, even though I probably know more than some of the bigger people doing it. And yes, you learn more by doing, and some of them are good, but some of them, in my opinion, were a little irresponsible. So that is with the way he started. He was that way. He's obviously learned a lot more, but now he's coming in here again, no experience really in the Omi community, and trying to sell something for $100. Foster Hilt partnered with him, and he got tons of shit for it because people were thinking, oh, you're going to announce Pokemon. Oh, you're announcing this paid group. It's kind of dumb. It's kind of a dumb thing. And people were just saying how he's a sellout, he sucks, all this stuff. I don't believe any of that. He definitely announced it in a bad way. It was not a good idea for him, or not a good look for him to announce it in this way. Then you have, oh man, you have I don't even remember this YouTuber's name. I know his videos will pop up on my feed though. So you have it's not Andre, not Foster. Brandon, help me out. Who was on live stream? You had Randy, who's on live stream yesterday. Who is, let's just look up economy. All right, Cavill. Cavill then got on live stream and was really angry at Foster. And honestly, I just think Cavill, he's one of the most popular YouTubers in this particular space. Seems like a good guy. It felt a little bit clout chasing. he was just getting super angry at him. He was saying how like we don't need Andre. Andre has 2 million followers. He dwarfs any of us in this space. We have a lot of watch time because the followers who do watch this are very motivated, understandably. And Andre makes more like general videos about general finance. So when you make something that's very specific, you have really great retention rate for the most part. Like I did it before. I made gaming content because that's what I love. That's what I'm interested in. But there's a lot of gaming content channels out there, and there's a lot of good ones to be honest. And so he was like, "We don't need him. What is Andre doing? He's an idiot. You're just trying to earn money. You're just like." I think he made a couple of good points, but he was definitely off base on a lot of them. Plus, he himself has a paid group. He himself also has. He's been calling for $10 OMI. He's been saying things like all the and he eventually changed this. I actually like challenged him on one of his live streams. He said that all OMI, if we had this current burn rate and kept that current burn rate for 5 to 6 years, that all OMI would be burned. That just is not true. And again, it's OMI in like the reserve wallet versus in circulation. Those are two different things. And it's the OMI tokenomics are a little bit confusing, to be honest. So it's there's some really good videos on people going through the white paper and actually explaining it. And you're gonna have to sit down with some coffee. But he does misrepresent, and I don't think purposely, but he does sometimes misrepresent some stuff. So he can be kind of guilty of it too. He just likes to put out a flame and just likes to let it burn. And here's the thing, you get viewers because of that. I totally understand it. I will probably have to resort to some clickbait titles every once in a while, and then I'll explain my position within the video. But I mean, you can see a bunch of his videos are all about OMI to $10 and $100 million sales, and he definitely says it within his videos all the time of OMI $10, and that's okay. So he had some words to say. He came down really hard on Foster. I have actually never seen Foster. I just know I looked up one of his videos and he played Rocket League, and I'm super into Rocket League. He used to do a bunch of Twitch live streams, so good for him. Anyways, I thought it was all kind of funny. It was the first big schism in the OMI community. People thought he was doing a cash grab. He has it's stupid and it won't be popular within the community. And he's going to have to rethink how he launches things from now on. I'm sure he was just super pumped to be approached or even talking to a YouTuber that had 2 million followers. And what he said, what Foster said, he's like, I didn't tell anyone about this. That's probably a bad idea in the future. Is he didn't want it to get out, of course, but if he would have told a few other YouTubers about it or a few other people about it, they could have been like, this maybe you should switch how you're doing this or in the way in which you're doing this. Or, maybe Andre's trying to take advantage of him because he's the knowledgeable one and then Andre has the followers. But in the other way around, he's taking advantage of Andre because he has the followers. So I don't know. Kind of a non-entity. It's not going to affect your life. Don't subscribe if you don't want to. Hopefully he does well in life. He seems like a nice person so far. So I like to reserve the right in case any of these men's or ladies turns out to be a Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know them that well. So keep that in mind in case I get seen in a picture with him in the future and then now I'm their best friend. So anyways, that is what it is. Let's go ahead and look at the app and see if I have received, or I already have. See if the market is open is what I meant to say. I've already received my Batgirl. The market is not open quite yet, it looks like. So that is just fine. I'm supposed to have a chat with my friend at 9 a.m. because that was really the only time we could do it. So I don't. Ooh, he replied to me. Just want to double check. Didn't mean to type in Telegram. Anyways, let me know how you guys are doing in the chat, how life is. Okay, cool. We're going to chat later. That sounds great. So yeah, if the coming price majorly down, It will probably take a while for this to recover. We will see what Bitcoin does. That is the end all be all. The Magic Club, this is it. $100 a month. Let's see what you guys get. $10. Support Andre's work. Weekly update guide on the major events happening in the community. Financial portfolio overview, including stock purchases, sales, dividend portfolio, dividend raises. So again, his whole thing at the very beginning was a dividend portfolio on Robinhood. Monthly dividend statements, spreadsheet, and research information for the moment I buy or sell the shares. That's the thing, is like, he's creating an exclusive experience for the Omi homies and VEVE fam, and he's talking about a dividend portfolio. Who the hell cares? Like, if you're looking at this, why would that means you're in crypto, and you should have diversified portfolio. The way I do it is I'm already so involved in crypto that takes a lot of time. You have to stay on the ball. You can't just, well, you could probably buy Ethereum and Bitcoin and just go to sleep for 5 years, but 99% of crypto, like Omi, I'm not going to not watch the price or see what's happening. Something weird could happen. One of the founders could die. Two of them could die in a plane crash, and like things could be totally upended. It's very early on. You don't know. Dividend portfolio also takes some attention. So I'm going to put my safe, money in an index fund and just let it sleep for a few years. I'm not going to be actively managing and reinvesting dividends, and that makes zero sense. Okay. Access to the $50 a month. Access to the Discord. Purchase announcements immediately after Andre buys a VEVE collectible. Immediately after, right? That sounds like pump and dump. It's not intended to be, and that's fine, but that's how it will probably happen, is that, hey, I just bought Hawk Girl number whatever. Cool, Andre has this. Everyone, let's go buy some. That's how it will end up playing out. Videos and tutorials and all details surrounding VEVE platform Omi token plus benefits from previous tiers. Well, that's all right. I'm going to be making those videos anyways, so who cares? Live stream with Andre discussing all aspects of finances and investing, monthly giveaways. This is where you would want to join if you are interested in all. Private channel on Discord. Cool. These are all, yeah, it makes no sense. Not valuable to me, certainly. Might be valuable to someone. I'm not going to promote it or really talk about it much more. Might make a video on the controversy because it's really funny in a stupid way. I don't know why people are so angry about it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. The way the people are angry about it because they were expecting Pokemon. They didn't get Pokemon, and that's all right. Cavell didn't get Pokemon. I'm sorry. That's okay. Anyways, I think that about does it for today. I got a drop. I hope you got a drop as well. If I say I hope you don't get one before the drop, well, that's kind of like break a leg in theater. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Remember, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and Instagram. Twitch, I might be almost just 100% switching over here to live streams. If I'm playing Rocket League or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on here on YouTube. Let me know if you want to join in a game of Rocket League. I really, really enjoy it. And I'll be seeing you for the rest of this weekend. Remember, Sodi Pop Media, be yourself, and have a fantastic day. Go and eat that cookie. Bye.